Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Chairunisa Vanti, and you can call me Chacha. My student number is 2151201, and I'm going to present you about my final exam assignment in Design Studio 2. Let's begin with the table of the content that load about the site exploration. We design with a subbab of inspiration, reverse engineering, 3D modeling, design empathy, materials, generic details that we'll conduct in Pavilion Design 2. In this course study, new things that have been learned about the various materials and building techniques by order to develop my ability to arrange, create, an innovative construction based on inspiration and empathy, foam, and towards nature explorations, as well as tradition either Indonesian culture, especially in traditional vernacular architecture and traditional things. By the reverse engineering the natural and culturally generated material environment in order to mimic or develop it through the design process in the meaning of creating ideas on how to innovate in various circumstances in making and good design and pavilion design that serve as designed building for informal activity. Let's slide to the first chapter about the site exploration. My site location was at Jalan Kaliurang KM 19, area Sawah Pekanbaru, Kecamatan Pakem, Kabupaten Sleman, Special Region of Yogyakarta. With the site ambience that combines the natural nuances such as hills, rivers, trees, and open sky, a place that has been developed as a place for eating or activity care that are usually playing in the water, as a small river or chilling with on the wide field or riverbank. The site access will let the visitors pass an entrance that meets a parking lot as supportive facility, then pass stairs and bridge to get the building design location. Next is site existing elements and earth elements that controls vegetation and also hydrology. Move forward, move forward. There is a wind speed calculated which 0.93 meter per second in a day with 30 degrees Celsius with treated relative humidity at 76% with a cooling effect of 3 degrees Celsius. And for the noise pollution that reached 66.6 dBl, which is quite high for the comfortable space as a refreshing place. So from the conclusion, we have to design with the ability as noise reduction. On average, this site receive heavy rain almost every day, while the changing season will be less. Getting into the first assignment of a booth design that called Kuma. Kuma is a booth designed to have a wide viewing angle as well as a facility where you can drink your tea comfortably while looking at the scenery. Kuma can also be used as a stage for performance at night while camping. The design of this booth was inspired by the traditional vernacular of Indonesian architecture in East Nusa Tenggara, precisely on the island of Flores and Barunia. The construction steps, the first one is a land preparation continued with foundation and main core structure treatment, continued with framing and roofing. A reverse engineering the Barunia structure that consists of bamboo connected to the two circles as support, and I take as a bamboo component that I turn to have a horizontal arrangement that creates a frame as a triangle for the building in three parts which have two support column frames. From the original Barunia main core structure, I ruptured to see how it works and made a design that have a diagonally with a various angles and length to set a triangular layout and become my final design. The materials that will be used in the real building, the first one is a straw or roofing using a thatch technique. And then the second one is a apus bamboo. Apus bamboo is also known as a very strong and sturdy structure, and it's not immediately break if you crack. And the elasticity is very good, which is a curve. The third one is a marba wood. Marba wood as or riddance with aging, resistant to the termites, having low degrade, very little shrinkage, buzzing fire resistant, without resistance because it's graded as a class 1 wood. And lastly, the second wood that have been laminated to strengthen the wood capacity and been created a various size shapes, also have similar character to teak wood. For the existing materials at the site, there is an apus bamboo that grows in a sub-village in a Purwobinangun village with 1,191 bamboo cluster, and by the Yogyakarta government that created a forest plant breeding by Sengon trees in Hutan Rakyat. Getting into the building joinery, there is a bamboo joinery that consists of the rope technique and only connection between two bamboo with dowels to strengthen and prevent any movement. The second one is a dado joint to connect a foundation platform that have an accrual system preventing strong dust for the building. The third one is a lap joint. It's more rigid and easier to assemble, and it's ideal to heavy duty construction as a floor platform. The mortise and tenon joint that work as a peg and slot, which keeps a panel inserted inside of it, will hold each other. And then the thatch roof technique that you use any kind of fibers that are grouped and interwoven with certain dimension from a surface which successive overlaps and becomes impermeable and almost impenetrable to rodents and bats. Having a steppers slopes that will prevent raindrop and infiltration problems. A diagram for shadow fall at every 2 hours each can see how the movement be. The physiological empathy for this good design, the large roof on the side facilities, the users to afford the hot sun and the rain protection as a canopy. The design was designed to have a chair that served as an access to be stairs to. The high roof and lack of wall allow the wind to come in and out freely. For a visual empathy, the triangular shape pointed tip showing a firm side with the nuance of Indonesian archipelago to true roof that looks like a wing at the impression of a design that can blend with nature and creating a big room impressions. Move to the second assignment, my design called Neshi. Neshi is a temporary pavilion which is made as a seating facility and pet wall with a comfort and open to the nature. This design has a simple impression with a very strong box character which creates a contemporary modern pavilion feel. The present pavilion, the design inspiration for this part was traditional things that can easily found in Bali or any cities in Indonesia that called rotan lamp. Rotan lamp, in addition to easy the way of production, low prices, and good quality. More to move to how to construct this thin rattan will be woven with another rattan to the same size as the middle frame and then added with a larger webbing and forming a diagonal, horizontal, and vertical components. If all the rattan components have been woven, then ensure the level of tightness of the woven. Then the woven part is flanked by two large flexible wooden sticks and tied up using end knot. The present pavilion inspiration from Sunny Hills by King Yokuma and restaurant envelope can be seen from how him trying to attach a movement technique in a modern way by using a many wood strips that are not to be bent and having two diagonal elements to the structure. Getting into the reverse engineering for this pavilion design, from the woven technique that made a vertical and diagonal component with a clamp for lock all the component, I decided to make a clamp design to have a vertical and diagonal sides so that it looks like a webbing and it becoming a wall and roof structure and turn into the final design. A design that will be used in several materials such as zinc and wood laminated, and also the second materials is woolly wood. This wood is said to be strong and durable for having roof and hard texture, and pleasant at first, having tight anatomical structure for having limits the prevention of water and didn't have any termites. Moving to the building general details, the first unit are the lap joint. The second one is the wood layering that are treated to add strength by doubling the thickness level consisting of two rods without reducing the strength of the one wood. And then the third part joint. This joint is very strong by cutting one part element at an angle and joining both with nails so it creates a very strong bond with between the two parts. And then the woven technique is a system that design more futuristic design that are not accidental for bending. The pen element is made from the combination of laps and placed on pieces of wood poles to minimize the vertical movement. A diagram for shadow fall at every 2 hours each can see how the movement be. Physiological empathy from the frame foam can provide a shadow fall that can reach the entire inside building, while the user can feel comfortable enjoying the scenery. The visual empathy, the simple box accentuates a modern contemporary elegant sense in the midst of nature. The support poles that have a dynamic step roll with indentions that follow the pattern of the seating platform, moreover with the characteristic of the woven technique at the wall that more rigid. I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you for all the attentions. Hopefully you enjoyed towards it. I hope you have a great day today. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.